The views and opinions expressed by the following program and its participants are solely their current opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Bobo 89.1 FM and DMS Broadcasting respective stations. The program participants' opinions are based upon information they consider reliable and based on their knowledge.
Welcome everyone to Your Health, Your Wealth, brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your Health, Your Wealth airs every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. So remember to tune in each week and tell a friend. You can also catch the shows you missed on YouTube on the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life channel.
And make sure you tune into the show and listen in for our resident superstar, Lady K.
If you don't know who Lady K is, her podcast, Be Well, Be Healthy for Life, is sponsored by BAF Global Group and can be found on YouTube. Her episodes are released weekly on the BAF Facebook page as well. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance as a community service. Your Health, Your Wealth airs every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
There's nothing more important than your health. BAF Insurance knows that. It's why we offer quality, affordable healthcare plans for both groups and individuals. It's why we have created the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life YouTube channel and the Your Health, Your Wealth radio show. At BAF, your health is our priority. Visit us at bafkman.com, follow us on Facebook, or give us a call today at 949-5089.
Once again, it's Your Health, Your Wealth brought to you by BAF Insurance each and every Wednesday at 6:30 a.m. till 7:30 a.m. We're right here on Bobo 89.1 FM. Remember, you can tune in each week and tell a friend, or you can catch us for episodes that you missed. We're on YouTube on the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life channel, so don't forget to subscribe. And all of this month, we're talking about
Dementia.
Dementia, yes. This whole month is dedicated to dementia and Alzheimer's. And there's a difference, and we've been talking about it from last week's show, but we just want to reiterate some of those things for anybody who's listening.
In addition to the information that we're just reiterating, and we just want you all to just get it securely in your minds, that's why we mentioned again the part about dementia being it's not a normal part of aging. There's some events that is, as a matter of fact, tomorrow, the 21st of September, Thursday the 21st of September, is, if you can arrange with your boss, it's a day to go purple, because that is actually the specific day that is designated for Alzheimer's disease or other dementias in the Cayman Islands. The color is purple. So, we're hoping that people will allow their staff to either wear purple, or you can actually contact the Alzheimer's and Dementia Association of the Cayman Islands. The number would be 936-1655 to find out any more information on maybe getting some T-shirts purchased to support the cause, and also for the Dress Down Day. So Dress Down tomorrow, the 21st of September, Thursday, the color is purple, and you're dressing down in support of the cause for the Cayman Islands being recognized as a dementia-friendly country. In addition to that, we also have the Brain Wars. It's a game. It's called Brain Wars. It's a pub quiz, and that's going to be next Thursday, the 28th of September. That's going to be at 7. It's going to be at Fidel Murphy's, and you only have to donate like $10, and you get to play. And it's 6 persons per team. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun.
Always.
Yes, and it's the number again would be like 936-1655 or 949-5189.
And as we always talk about, we get together and we try to bring you information in real time that's relevant to our community and also relevant to the Cayman Islands, because we, as emerging little country that we do have health issues that pertain to here. And this has been one of the silent killers for many, many years, dementia. more and more people have started talking about
and
it
to become aware of it
and becoming aware of it.
Yeah.
You know, before, and I think part of it has always been our cultural stigmatism with it, and our regional understanding. You know, we fall under that idea that, oh, you know, that person is going crazy, or that person is irritable, or I don't know what's wrong with them. They just mad all the time. What they mad about? I don't know. Life is so good. But you know what? There is a diagnosing dementia part that really you have to understand and really be aware of it. As we stated in the beginning, dementia is not normal.
Yeah, it's not a normal part of aging.
Right. You are, you know, this is something that is abnormal happening to the brain. And it is very very specific to understanding it. And sometimes people think, oh, I'm having memory loss, I'm having trouble focusing, I'm having trouble memorizing stuff.
We're not medical professionals.
Yes.
We just want to keep saying that.
Exactly.
We want to stress that we're not medical professionals. The information we have, we've researched it, and we're presenting it to you. So if there's any reason,
always
contact your...
Go and be assessed by a healthcare professional, because, as I said, these problems of dementia, if diagnosed early, there are benefits in having it diagnosed early. You know, being
for different treatments and
different
support.
treatment, and also the knowledge of that. You know, and I say this word, but I don't mean it in a derogatory. You're not crazy. There is something medically wrong with you. It's not emotional. It's not, oh, I'm not feeling good and I'm just upset, or I'm in pain and I'm just mad. No, there is a medical progression that you need to understand. And that helps with the process, also helps with the family understanding, because that to me is always the hardest thing, is having external family members
For the support. Yeah. So later on in the show as well, we're actually going to talk a little bit about understanding and supporting both the person with dementia and the person who takes care of the person with dementia. But Chuck, before we go to any breaks or anything, you want to go over what some of those, how do you actually get it diagnosed, I think?
Early diagnosis for dementia gives you a preparation for planning and also understanding of the future. As we said before, there are different types of dementia. You know, Alzheimer's disease falls under it, and vascular dementia. And it's important to understand the differences between that. So dementia is usually diagnosed by a special healthcare professional. When you can be a psychologist, could be a specialty nurse, a geriatrician, a neuropsychologist, even a neurologist. All of these doctors in healthcare professions specialize in understanding the very particular, and it is
protein, the buildup of that abnormal protein on the brain.
It is very specific. You know, sometimes a GP, a general practitioner, will make the diagnosis that is very clear that the person has dementia, and how can they help by referring to understanding that there's no single test for it. There are multiple small tests that we do, and the diagnosis is based on a combination of different things. Number one, and this is to me so important, taking into account a person's history. Knowing, you know, when you start really forgetting stuff, and I'm not talking about forgetting your keys in the bathroom. I'm talking like forgetting your keys in the fridge, in the freezer, you know, putting your handbag in the oven. These types of things, even though you may laugh and say, is that real? Yes.
Yes,
For
and
some
it can
people,
be quite alarming, actually.
some people, this is a real factor, or hiding money in can jars and forgetting them for months on end. You know, buying unnecessary types of food, dog food, cat foods, and you don't have a dog or a cat anymore. You know, those types of things. The history, the doctors will take that into account by talking to a person and ideally someone with them. This is where family members come in, because you see them every day. You know when things have been the same for many years, and then within a short span of time, things have changed drastically. And with that change drastically, that may be the reason why you go see a healthcare professional. It's to show how it is affecting a person's in daily life. Of course, they do take a physical examination and test. For example, blood tests to rule out the possibility of any other symptoms or any other
symptoms that are similar to other diseases, right? Yeah.
And so that is definitely the second one. The third one is a test of their mental ability. For example, memory and thinking things through. Like A normally comes with B. Not, like, okay, if I'm going out to shopping, I'm going to get dressed, put on my clothes, not walk out in my bathrobe with the key to go shopping. That's not.
But of course, that symptom is also, that can also be caused by excessive stress, right? So that's why I guess that they do all of these different things. And then, I'm going to mention a few of the treatments that there are, because even though there's no cure, they do have treatments and they do offer quite a bit of support. And with the right care, a person can have a relatively
normal life.
Yeah, like a good quality at least of life.
Normal with living with a disease type is normal.
Right, and living as long as possible. But it requires some care on the person's, on the whoever the caretaker is.
Right.
It requires specific care on their part,
on
making
physical,
sure, right, and physical and mental, right. And also nutritional and stuff, making sure that they're having their meals on time. If they have any underlying conditions like diabetes or hypertension or whatever it is, that they're taking their medication on time.
One of the things that has always scared me, and this is after talking with people who have been treating others with it, is the rapid deterioration of their physical health when they're not eating good. When you and I think, oh, you know what, we're eating, sometimes they forget to eat for days on end.
And sometimes they're having episodes that they're not even telling you about. So you have to kind of follow up and make sure, even something as simple as bowel movements.
You have to be a detective in so many
you have
different...
to question and maybe, not become so intrusive that the person loses their individuality. You don't want that. But you're going to need to shadow a little bit. So that's why they also say that the treatments are actually person-centered, meaning that it concentrates on what that person is like. So the treatment that I may choose for my grandmother would be a different treatment than you would choose for your grandaunt.
Right, exactly.
Because they're different persons. They were different persons in their correct minds,
People always have to understand that even though someone may be diagnosed with dementia, the dignity part that they grew up with, especially
and they had a past,
especially our region, and I say our people, but you know what I'm talking about. There is a certain amount of modesty and a certain amount of pride and dignity that they don't want to
conducted themselves with, and they have and their
freely,
independence and everything.
Right. So they don't give that freely to anyone.
Right.
You have to almost gain their trust, because you think of it as, oh well, an elder person may need help putting on
their
adult shoes or maybe
even
adult
Pampers or something,
or Depends or something like that, and that requires a certain amount. And today they may be fine with it, tomorrow they may not be.
Right.
You just don't know, so you have to kind of get in that routine of trust building.
And try as much as possible, especially like in the early stages of the disease, when they still have a little bit of the normal reasoning, try to get them involved in finding out what they like and what they would like. And would you prefer to go to the doctor on a Wednesday morning or a Wednesday afternoon?
Right. And stick to
try to stick to that routine as much as possible. And last week we also mentioned that it's preferable that the same person accompanies them as much as possible to appointments or whatever, and that they get to see the same medical professional as well, you know?
Exactly.
And of course, you know, there's treatments that they have without that don't include actual medication, because there's also cognitive stimulation therapy, which is actually like a way for them to keep their minds active. So they put them in like group sessions where they have to interact with each other and probably solve puzzles or follow like 1, 2, 3, like, you know, connect the dots kind of things, or even coloring or whatever
it's
it is.
that interaction that keeps them stimulated.
Right. So a lot of those treatments are more like cognitive rehab then. It's not really like, you know, medication. And then, of course, there's people who like to talk. I mean, you go to these the senior socials and stuff, and you realize that they like to talk. They would like to talk about their past life, the importance of their past job, what they used to do, how they attributed to where we are now, as far as like maybe they had a job as a policymaker or something in the country, and they want to be remembered that way.
Yeah, there is definitely something that's instilled in us that we want to communicate in that aspect. Remembrance is definitely the key. They may not be able to write things down, but the memory for short periods of times or
may kind of come back,
right?
Like,
specifically for a certain year or a certain event or a certain happening, they may be dwelling on that and remembering, regurgitating that specific over and over again. And so you may have to hear the same story again
and again. Right.
And at those times they say, when you hear that, add more to it. So because the memory at that point is good.
Is open. Right. So you try to like get more information at that particular time.
Exactly.
And then another thing that actually, for persons, I thought it was interesting that they were in the research that I found, they were saying, you know, people with vascular dementia, sometimes because they end up having like developing diabetes or a high cholesterol or high blood pressure or some kind of other circulation problems, sometimes they will actually try to give them medications that slow down those underlying issues, like attributing factors to the overall disease, right? So they may be those persons that have been diagnosed with like vascular dementia or like frontal lobal dementia, they'll be probably given some kind of medication. But of course, everything is, remember, medicine is a science and it's constantly changing. So we just have to keep up to date with all the research. Charles, you want to take us to a break?
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break right now. We're going to talk to our wonderful, I want to say, individually healthcare related person, talking about Lady K. We're going to talk to Lady K and come right back. You're listening to Your Health, Your Wealth, brought to you by our friends over there at BAF Insurance. Each and every Wednesday, we get together from 6:30 a.m. till 7:30 a.m. right here on Bobo 89.1 FM. We'll be right back.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Today on Be Well, Be Healthy for Life, Lady K, your wellness coach, talks about preventing memory loss.
Memory loss and a little disorientation is part of the aging process. We forget the simplest of things, such as where do we put our glasses when they're actually sitting on our head. Or we spend minutes standing in the refrigerator door trying to figure out what do we need inside. If you learn to laugh at yourself when these things happen, you'll manage memory loss with much more grace and less frustration. But there can be other reasons for memory loss that have nothing to do with age. In this episode, I want to talk to you less about the causes and more about how to make your memory last longer. Now is a good time to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. I'm sure your friends will learn a few things about saving their memories. Memory loss can be caused by a myriad of things, including medications, lack of exercise, anxiety, depression, illnesses such as dementia or Alzheimer's disease. If you started on a course of medication and find yourself becoming forgetful suddenly, please share this with your medical practitioner. The sooner you address the side effect, the quicker a solution can be found and the less effects you will suffer. Studies show that exercise, especially aerobic exercise, protects memory and enhances thinking skills. Brisk walking or running stimulates the release of chemicals in the brain that affect the health and the supply of brain cells. Healthier brain cells mean better memory. The great news is that the positive effects of aerobic exercise on memory retention happens quickly, so get active. Keep your brain active with word and number puzzles, board games that require strategy, conversations and creative works such as writing and painting all help to slow down memory loss. Among the main reasons for memory loss is sleep deprivation. Here's why. During deep sleep, your brain works to transfer new memories from the hippocampus, where memories are formed and retrieved, to the prefrontal cortex, where long-term storage occurs. Without adequate sleep, your brain cannot efficiently perform these and other functions, causing cognitive issues and memory loss. A change of lifestyle that includes regular and longer periods of sleep can sometimes reverse memory loss or at least slow it down. Did you know that depression and anxiety can actually alter your brain physically? A study from Brigham Young University revealed less brain cell growth in people with mood disorders. Naturally, this will also affect memory, so managing depression and anxiety are essential to maintaining your memory. Diet, exercise practices such as yoga, meditation, or Tai Chi can help to manage your mood disorders. Also, work with your health professional to find solutions that fit your situation. Diet, nutrition, and supplements are critical to slowing down, stopping, or reversing memory loss. Fresh fruits and vegetables are absolutely essential. Grow your own or buy organic if you can for optimum nutrition. Eat lots of fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are necessary for learning and memory. Believe it or not, coffee is also good for your brain. The caffeine and antioxidants found in its favorite morning brew can help support brain health. Other foods that are high in antioxidants, minerals, and compounds that boost brain health are blueberries, broccoli, pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate, nuts, and eggs. Vitamin C is vital to preventing mental decline, so eat your oranges, cherries, red bell peppers, and other colorful foods that are high in this important vitamin. Speaking of colorful foods, turmeric, the deep yellow spice that gives curry its color, has curcumin. That's a compound which has been shown to directly enter the brain and benefit brain cells. And turmeric's easy to grow, so opt for natural instead of pills or powders if you can. Finally, there are a host of herbal supplements available on the market that claim to boost memory and prevent memory loss. These include herbs such as ginkgo biloba, saffron, lemon balm, and water hyssop. As always, do your research and discuss these with your medical professional before deciding to take any herbal supplements, especially if you're taking medications. Remember, some memory loss may be preventable, reversible, or possibly slowed down with just a few lifestyle changes. Exercise, eat healthy, choose supplements carefully, discuss the issues with your doctor as soon as symptoms arise, and take sleep seriously. Your brain needs it.
Be Well, Be Healthy for Life is brought to you by BAF Global Group. Remember, always consult your doctor before starting any new health and wellness regimen. BAF Global Group offers life, health, and general insurance, plus a full suite of financial solutions in the Bahamas, life insurance in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and affordable individual and group health insurance in the Cayman Islands. Visit us at mybafsolutions.com.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Well, we're back from the break, and we just want to, before we go to any other breaks, we just want to kind of talk a little bit about understanding and supporting a person with dementia. It's really, really important, and we want to just take a few minutes to talk about that. Understanding, which is really hard for us to do, what it is like to live with dementia can help you support someone with the condition to live well. The information that we're going to share now can be helpful for people, the carers, or even family members of a person who's been diagnosed, you know? It's important to realize that when a person is diagnosed with dementia, everything in their life is going to be affected. The relationships they have with whoever they have those relationships with, all of that is going to be affected, right? The things around them, their environment, the way they look at certain things. I remember we had a guest on the show, Miss Davis, and she was speaking about how it's important to remove dark colored mats from the floor because they may perceive that to be a hole. Right, and replace it with lighter colored mats. She also spoke about mirrors that are placed in entryways. That may cause a problem because sometimes the person actually forgets who they are. So they may feel that they're in the room with someone or someone came in with them, not realizing that they're just looking at their reflection, right? So even their environment is affected.
Remove sharp tables.
Right, removing the knobs off the stove because it's not that they don't want to be independent, they want to be independent, but they may turn on the stove and forget it on, and it may cause a bigger issue. So rather than having to deal with that, you try to basically you're safeguarding their environment.
It's almost I call it adult proofing a house, because you have to take into account little things that you would normally not think about.
I mean, this is not funny, but this is funny. But I think that a lot of the things we purchase in the store now are adult proof because they say that it is child proof. But if somebody in a car seat, a child in a car seat gets hold of it, they can open it. But then when you need to open it, you're fighting to get it open.
And it's so there's a certain amount of, you have to think of it and almost put yourself in their situation. There are times when I've had older family members, and I would sit down where they sit. And I'm a pretty tall person, and this is just my personal story. And they were kind of short. So I always used to take it for granted. Oh, well, I'm reaching for something. I'm doing this. But then somebody said, Chuck, you don't see Auntie is so high. You can't put it up there. And I was like, oh, man. So I actually kind of bent down, sat down and where she sits and did things at her height, level. And I saw a totally different room, a different place, and I understand why she put her glasses here, her phone here. She would sleep on this side because in some cases she didn't like sleeping with her back to the door. So when she slept with her side to the wall, her eyes were to the door, and her glasses were right there. When you walked in, she could quickly pick them up and see exactly who you were without turning over. So it was like, okay, she's comfortable with her bed to the wall. So if she rolled over, she had the wall there rather than the center of the room. Little things like that. You kind of understand better, but you have to take a look at it from their point of view.
Also, consider their profession before they became ill or before they were diagnosed. Because you have some people that were very active in their work lives or in their church lives or whatever, and it is very hard to tell a person, oh, no, thank you, I don't need your help now because you're afraid. Let them do it, and if it's not severe,
40, 50 years of them doing something.
Yeah, let them do it wrong, and then when they're out of sight, you can maybe go. If it's not something drastic, if it's just something like filing papers, just make sure that you know exactly what you gave them to file. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, but let them do that. Let them put away something. They want to help.
Feel like they are contributing to the family.
Exactly.
I had a family member who, as you said, folding clothes. Every time we wash clothes, she was right there. Oh, come, let me help you. And she would mix them up, but not a problem.
Let her. And whenever she's not there, you can go over it and do it.
She's like, oh, thank you so much. I go and sit down now. Okay.
Because the thing is, dementia also it affects people. So some persons actually get really depressed. Because I've heard stories from persons older than I am. And that would put them in like the 60s or 70s, right? And they will tell you about family members that they was like, you'll say, so how did the person pass? And they say, oh, they were just depressed and they just stayed locked up in their room. You know something? Some of those persons actually may have not been diagnosed properly because they may have been suffering from mild dementia, but because the depression stayed untreated, it probably became, right? And they became consumed by it. They stopped eating. So eventually they had other things happening. They ended up with all kind of organ failure. And then they were demised. You know what I'm saying? So it's really important that we understand how serious this is. And like you said at the beginning of the show, it's been a long time that we think of ourselves as not a third world country. We think of ourselves as a country that's developed and we're really smart people and we're all intelligent and da-da. But there's things that happen to us right here under our noses that we can actually probably do something about, that we do nothing about because we don't know what it really is. And some persons are so embarrassed to ask. So like I've learned to stand back a little bit, but it also means that you have to observe the person. You have to have a conversation with the person. And another thing is if they're speaking and somehow they're like forgetting something, try not to put your word. Be patient. Just give them a chance. If they remember, they remember. If they don't, they leave you hanging, they leave you hanging. But I found out that it is quite annoying because I like to interject and suggest. So it's quite annoying. I can tell by the person's reaction that they're annoyed by me trying to figure out what is the word that they're trying to say because it isn't what I'm thinking it is. Right. So I guess as much as possible, you kind of just leave them and let them be.
There's a quiet time that you need to allow them to express themselves fully. And that expression sometimes can be quiet. It may be in the form of them talking very low and just giving you indications. And this is part of their therapy also. I say all the time, the body wants to heal itself.
It does. It actually does. You're 100% correct on that.
But we don't give it time to manifest.
Or we don't clean up around what's causing whatever so it doesn't get to heal. Because someone gave me an analogy last week and I thought it was such a nice analogy. They explained that if you fall and skin your knee and you just never wash the dirt off of your knee will get infected. Not because your body couldn't heal itself, because you didn't wash the dirt off your knee. So if you wash the dirt off your knee, left it open for clean air, kept the wound clean, it probably would heal on its own and get a scab and all of that good stuff, right? It's the same with your mentality as well. So because these things are happening from underlying conditions, if you engage them then, let them maybe learn a poem. Or, some people like poetry. Or you can do a riddle or some kind of crossword puzzles or something. Keep their mind active. Have conversations with them. Watch movies with them. Maybe play video games with them. I'm no good at that, so that wouldn't be anything for me. But persons, something, something more like that. Or even have them listening to music, because a lot of times people will know a song from the first word to the last word, but once they begin getting advanced in dementia, then they can no longer remember the things that were so familiar to them. But like playing an instrument, I think playing an instrument would almost be like riding a bike. So I think once you know it, you probably know it. So maybe get them, if they played, get them that instrument, let them Go ahead, let them, take them out
there's-
to people watch, play a game. Let's count the white cars. Let's count the black cars. Let's count the silver cars. Whatever.
Count the blue cars.
Yeah, the blue cars. Yeah, but you also have to think ahead to also the unpleasant times about like when they are gonna get to the place where they can no longer even remember, who they are or who they were.
That's the time.
I think you need to kind of get those parts out of the way early as well.
That's the time when I say that those are the periods that you really need to talk to a healthcare professional, to talk to the Dementia Association, ADASI, talk to people who are in the know, who have walked that walk before.
And of course, there's people with denial issues as well, because some people don't want to admit that they're even as sick as they are.
Yeah, and that would probably be me. I would probably, but see, for most of it, once the information is presented correctly, and when I say correctly, what may work for me may be different for you. It has to be delivered in a format that
is palatable to you.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. And what happens is a lot of cases is when we do find a person has been diagnosed, they are so far along that it is almost inconceivable that I feel like I can understand what you're saying. Because I'm going to be mad, I'm going to be angry, I'm going to be upset. And that is natural for anybody getting bad news. But the part about it that I would say is that they are so far beyond comprehension with
at
it.
That point,
at
yes.
that point, then it's just anger. There's no there's hope.
Yeah,
there's an understanding. You're not the first person to go through this. We are here to help.
You are going to get through it, and you will be.
And we're here to help.
We're here to help. I wouldn't tell the person you're going to be okay, but we're going to get through it.
Yes, we
will get through it. We will manage. We will be fine.
Yes.
Right? All will be well.
And that's the thing. I think that people kind of fall into that pit, and immediately despair falls in. Your family members are saying, okay, well, who's going to watch on a Tuesday? Who's going to watch on a Wednesday? You need to be almost rigid with it so that you have
a schedule
that you can, that everyone can.
A workable schedule.
Yeah, a workable schedule that everybody can adhere to. Because it could be a long, tenuous haul.
Yeah.
And whatever it entails, it's good because you're going to have family members. It's almost like kind of pulling together. Everybody has to come together and kind of tote the line, especially as a family.
You know what else just came to mind as well, Charles? It's the fact that, sometimes people want to talk about their condition, but they've just been recently diagnosed or whatever, maybe a few years back, and they can feel the changes inside. But because for their entire life, they've taken care of everybody, and they don't know how to take care of themselves, and they want to be stoic. They don't want to show emotions. I want to say to whoever's under the sound of our voices today, it is a good thing to be able to show your emotions. Do not tell persons that are in a situation where they're being emotional, oh, don't worry about it. Just be strong. I, for some reason, don't join the be strong and you're going to be okay. Sometimes you're not going to be okay. And sometimes you need to not be strong. You just need to be you. Feel what you feel and express it. And we may feel kind of odd around a person because we haven't seen them in that moment. But guess what? We're going to have to get used to it.
Yeah.
So don't try
There's an understanding.
Don't try to fluff it up and make it look good. Yes, it's going to probably be a little bit of a challenge.
But it may be some rough moments,
but we're going to be well. All will be well, right?
We're going to get through this together.
And don't be emotional. Don't cry. Please don't cry. No, you have to kind of allow them to be emotional. You're going to take us another break.
Yes.
But I want to remind everyone that tomorrow is actually Thursday, the 21st of September, and it's being recognized around the world As Alzheimer's Awareness Day, the color to wear is purple. So as much as possible, please wear something purple tomorrow. In addition to that, next week, Thursday evening at 7 o'clock at Fidel Murphy's, there's Brain Wars. There's going to be a pub quiz. It's $10 that you donate, and your team can be with 6 persons. So you can call 936-1655 or 949-5189, and that would be to reserve a table for your team. And the proceeds go to the ADASY's care program. For those of you who don't know what ADASY stands for, it's the Alzheimer's Dementias Association of the Cayman Islands. And the theme for this year is Keep Your Minds in Fighting Shape. Let's go to the break.
Excellent. Just a reminder, you're listening to Your Health, Your Wealth, which airs every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. right here on Bobo 89.1 FM. Remember, you can tune in each week. Tell a friend, most definitely. And you can also, if you missed the episode, you can check us out on YouTube on the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life channel. So don't forget to subscribe. We're going to take a quick break and come right back.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Today on Be Well, Be Healthy for Life, Lady K, your wellness coach, talks about mental gymnastics to boost brain power.
Your brain and mental functions change as you age. In fact, the number one fear of getting old is a fear of declining mental health. With the exception of diseases, however, cognitive decline is not mandatory. Many people go into old age with their mental faculties intact. But it does take some mental gymnastics and healthy habits to increase your chances of being one of those. Building up your brain requires active participation in mentally stimulating activities, such as learning new skills like painting, drawing, or playing the piano. These are activities that require physical dexterity as well as mental effort. Try some mental gymnastics by doing word puzzles and solving math problems which require you to use those special thinking skills. Don't have a partner to play chess or Scrabble? No worries. There's an app for that. Your cell phone, tablet, and even desktop computers are full of puzzles and games to keep you mentally fit. And of course, reading a good book with plot twists and turns is always an option. Get creative. Engaging in crafting that requires you to design or create objects is also a fun way to keep your mind fit and in excellent working condition. Then there are foods that feed your brain to consider. In addition to the usual recommendation to eat a diet rich in vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein, there are many foods that have been proven to help boost or maintain a healthy brain. Beets, broccoli, avocados, and walnuts are all superfoods packed with brain-healthy nutrients. Eating salmon, mackerel, and other dark fatty fish, which are very high in omega-3 fatty acids, is proven to reduce brain fog while increasing memory and concentration. Blueberries are very high in antioxidants and protect the brain from degeneration, toxicity, and stress. Easily accessible tropical foods, herbs, and spices, long touted for their potency as brain foods such as turmeric, rosemary, coconut oil, tomatoes, and pumpkin seeds, just to name a few. And then there's green tea. Packed with phytochemicals, which gives it a bitter taste, green tea protects the brain from degenerative diseases and damage. There are many other foods that offer excellent nourishment for the brain. With just a little research, you're sure to find some of these foods already in your pantry or your vegetable tray in your refrigerator. One thing for sure, though, is breakfast is still the most important meal of the day. And having a healthy breakfast to kickstart your day will also set your brain power in motion.
Be Well, Be Healthy for Life is brought to you by BAF Global Group. Remember, always consult your doctor before starting any new health and wellness regimen. BAF Global Group offers life, health, and general insurance plus a full suite of financial solutions in the Bahamas, life insurance in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and affordable individual and group health insurance in the Cayman Islands. Visit us at mybafsolutions.com.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Well, we're back from our health segment with Lady K, and just to close out this show, I think that for the rest of the month we are going to be bringing awareness to dementia. But today I want to say that it is very important, not just for the patient and not just for like their immediate family members, but also for those persons who provide auxiliary support to the family, who take care of the patient or who is in the home with the patient. It is very important that they take care of themselves and that we insist that they take care of themselves or make provisions for them to take care of themselves. It would be more than extremely overwhelming. So whatever the words you would use for more than extremely overwhelming, it would be that. To expect someone to work 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, taking care of a person with dementia or any other illness and not have time for themselves. These people not only need time off, they deserve time off. But they need time off because there is no way for you to provide proper care and have proper consideration towards and show kindness towards someone if you are also mentally overwhelmed, right? So it's important that these people have enough time to take some time to lay down, read a book, maybe get together with other carers that they may know, plan a night out. Just a suggestion, maybe go bowling, maybe go down to Cayman Bay and sit outside and people watch. Sometimes there's some music playing out there. Or create your own little party. There's a lot of little portable Bluetooth speakers that you can hook onto your bike, go spread a blanket, go on the beach.
Chill on the beach.
Do something. And if you need help, the number to call this is all everybody working together, right? You can contact the persons at ADASE, which is the Alzheimer's Dementia Association here, at 936-1655. So if you need some kind of support or you need someone to talk to, go ahead and give them a call.
And that's really great sound advice. And just a reminder, as I said earlier, and we'll keep reiterating, we are not healthcare professionals. We are just people who care about you and who definitely want to make sure that you and your family are safe. And just a reminder about Brain Wars, it's a pub quiz that's happening at Fidel Murphy on Thursday, September 28th. $10 donation to play, six people per team. The number to call to reserve a table is 936-1655 or 949-5189. The proceeds will go to the ADASE care programs. And as we said earlier, that is Alzheimer and Dementia Association of the Cayman Islands. Keep your mind in fighting shape.
Yes.
And that means so much things, but what it really boils down to is staying active. Mentally active. Try to limit the screen times, that kind of, whether it's phone or TV. I miss the days of playing the board games and things of that nature. Always have a couple of that, chess and checkers, dominoes, where you got to count. Those are things that our region has always been in our family, and I think our society. We used to every party. It was how many domino sets you had there. Yeah, literally.
And it would be people standing behind you waiting to sit in your seat.
Waiting to sit down. You better eat and play while you're going. And we have thrived on that. And I think we have lost a bit of that too. So get back to that kind of socialization.
That kind of connectivity. Yes.
I miss in not just Christmas time, but I miss the district get-together. You would have, and not just political time, but other times of the year, they just kind of got together. Hey, we're meeting over at so-and-so. We're going to play some dominoes. We're going to talk, and that kind of stuff.
And if anybody listening has ideas that they can give to the folk over at Addison, or they have time to donate, 936-1655. That is the number, right?
Yes.
Okay, 936-1655.
Good brain working right there. And the other and the other thing I would say is definitely when you notice changes, no matter how minor it is, talk to someone about it. It starts very small, but the change is rapid. And sometimes that little between small and rapid is that window of opportunity to slow things down.
Yes, exactly.
We're going to take a quick break and talk to a representative from BAF Insurance, and we're going to come back and
wrap it up.
Sounds good. You're listening to Your Health, Your Wealth, compliments of BAF Insurance right here on Bobo 89.1 FM. My name is Chuck Taylor, and I'm with Miss
Desiree.
We'll be right back.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Welcome, Mike, to Your Health, Your Wealth. Tell me about BAF Insurance Cayman.
BAF Cayman is a proud member of the BAF Global Group, comprising insurance companies that have been serving the needs of our Caribbean generations since actually 1920. Our company has been active in the Cayman Islands since 2009, and our business continues to grow year over year, supported by our loyal and diverse client base that values market-leading rates, simple but extensive plan designs, and access to the best medical facilities when they need it most, whether at home or overseas.
Is BAF licensed and registered?
BAF is licensed by the Cayman Islands Monetary Authority as an A-class insurance company and specifically approved to provide health insurance by the Health Insurance Commission.
If you could choose one thing that makes BAF stand out from the other insurance companies, what would that one thing be?
Although BAF offers many advantages over other insurance companies, whether you are an individual member or a member of your company's health insurance group, choosing BAF means putting your confidence in BAF to provide the highest quality health insurance plans with the lightest impact on your pockets. And we offer member support services that meet and exceed all your requirements. Our member services provided by our local Cayman-based team are always accessible to support you, from submitting your applications or daily member claims to billing queries. You can always count on one of our team members to assist you.
Okay, Mr. Mike, getting close to the end of our 3 minutes. In wrapping up, are your group plans only for companies? And how many people do I need to make a group?
BAF Insurance offers both individual and group plans. Our group plans require a minimum of 5 employees and base rates starting as low as 150 CI dollars. The additional plans that require 5 employees or more is what we refer to as the BAF MedSafe Cayman Health Plus and the BAF Value Plan Enhanced 250, and the BAF Prestige Plan, our most robust plan, requires a minimum of 10 employees to form a group.
How can I get in contact with the company?
Very easy. You can just contact our individual agents, and or 949-5089 is our main office line to our receptionist, who would then transfer you to one of our sales agents. BAF website is accessible at www.mybafsolutions.com. BayFinsurance.com.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health or priority.
I am Desiree, co-host of Your Health, Your Wealth. I'll be with you every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. Saturday, November the 11th, on the public beach, 7 Mile Beach. There's going to be something called Dance for Diabetes. BAF is putting that on.
Okay.
It's going to be from 6:30 in the morning until 8:30 in the morning. You can go on the BAFKman.com website and register there. So it's going to start at 6:30. I'm sure it's going to be a whole lot of fun because whatever BAF puts on, it's always a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
And they're going to have like a warm-up with FN Sports. They're going to have Zumba with the School of Fitness. They're going to have health checks by Total Health Limited. And they're also going to have body scans that are available from Essential Living. So the main sponsor is BAF, but it's also Total Health, School of Fitness, FN Sports, and Essential Living. And that is going to be like a whole lot of fun. It gives you something to do between 6:30 and 8:30 in the morning. I mean, I'll keep you up to date if there's going to be any breakfast afterwards. You know, I'm into the food thingy. So.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health or priority.
Well, folks, that's our show wrapping up as we get you set for another week. Lady K gave us some great tips and some great information. And I just wanted to say, you can check out Lady K videos on the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life channel on YouTube. Or if you're a podcast listener, you can find all of our episodes on Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, or Podbeam. And you can look for the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends because these videos... And like. Oh, yeah, can't forget. And like. And these videos are definitely life-saving health tips brought to you free by BAF Insurance. Don't miss any episode. You could always tune in to the YouTube channel is Be Well, Be Healthy for Life.
And if you're just joining us, well, I wouldn't say you missed us because you can replay the episodes, but that's it for today. And thank you for tuning in. Have a nice rest of the week.
Definitely. And we'll see you next week, Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 right here on BAF, Your Health, Your Wealth on Bobo 89.1.
And until then, I am Desiree.
And I'm Chuck Taylor. Have a great week.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health or priority.